All right, welcome back to the Ultimate Dallas Sports Show, 12:31 on this Monday afternoon. Time to get to Nailed It, and Andrew Seeley, you're up first.
I guess we'll start out. My Nailed It actually goes to the Virginia women's swim team, and this is very specific, so I need a little bit of time to break this down first, and it starts last Friday, so not this Friday, the Friday before. If we can start the VO, Kelly. This is the 50-meter freestyle at the Tier Pro Swim Series. Kate Douglas, long graduated, but a Virginia alum, competing in a relatively off event in the 50-meter freestyle. She breaks the world record in this, 23.59, kind of out of nowhere. This is like
blistering.
She's a breaststroker. This is like a 300-meter hurdler.
Wait, she's a what?
She's a breaststroker.
And she broke the world record at the free.
Exactly. Fast forward to Friday.
That's amazing.
The person she beat in that race was Gretchen Walsh, her Virginia teammate and training partner. Walsh is the actual sprinter,
right,
and she returned fire in Rome by taking the world record down that was just set a week prior. It is, again, only by 4/100ths of a second, but that is the 100th American record that class from Virginia's women's swim team has broken since 2021. That entire group has set essentially the record books ablaze, and this is just the next step of it. Walsh is the predominant, Walsh and Douglas, both of them in their respective events, but these are two of the predominant names you will hear heading up to LA in 28.
That's incredibly impressive. I'm also fascinated by your algorithm. Like, are you?
I'm a swimmer.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, as a former swimmer, and not even former, I think still active in some form or fashion swimmer.
But not as much as I'd like, but sure.
Fair enough. But I didn't even know these events were happening. This had completely never hit my radar.
So
these aren't radar events.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
Like the radar events, the Olympics every 4 years.
Sure.
And 24, 28. The off years, though, and the odd years, so like 23, 25, in and around the Olympics, those are world championships. We're in the midpoint of that. So there's not even really a main meet going on. These is kind of like in season between the major peaks and valleys of these careers that we're getting the world record traded, which is how crazy this is.
Which makes me so excited for LA in 26. It's going to be off the wall.
Listen, the men's side on the swimming side is going to be a little rough. The women will dominate at this rate. They are awesome. Seriously.
So the events that we're seeing right now are like, if you were to put in a PGA Tour context, this is like the John Deere Classic.
Yeah.
Like the in between.
Absolutely. And a lot of these races a lot of these events you'll get. These are kind of training mods, so they'll test different race strategies, or they'll compete a little bit more winded because they trained harder during the week. This is more about trying to see where you are. The fact that these records are falling the way that they are, it's like, oh no, we're ready for a surge here. Something's about to break over the next 2 years.
Okay, very cool. Jimmy Butler in attendance for Brazil and Japan. I'm just seeing on my screen right now. Japan up 1-0, by the way. I think we're all World Cup the rest of the way here
Mike,
with our Nailed It's, and I know I'm up next.
I thought he was in Miami. He was in Miami 2 days ago for Colombia.
Was he?
Against
See, there's
Portugal.
these things called airplanes.
He's what?
Wow.
Dang.
He's what?
Dang.
Kelly just dragged you with an airplane.
I didn't even hear it.
It's hard not
It's better
to hear
off that way. Mike, what you got?
Let's talk about the Argentinian fans. If we can call up, and I'll try and cue this up properly. It'll be Satvio 61. This is after the game on Friday, as Argentina wrapped up a second consecutive win at AT&T Stadium, and they have taken over Jerry World. I mean, they're like testing the structural integrity of Jerry World. That is unbelievable. And according to some of the reporting that I saw afterward, security guards were telling reporters they were there for 2 hours after the game ended, bouncing like this and singing and just reveling in the moment. And then they finally got kicked out and went outside and did it for 2 hours more.
Waiting for their Ubers.
Probably.
So our high school football band, like the band at a high school football game, we tried to do fifth quarter and they turned out the lights on us.
Right. Yeah, we can't do that. This got better though, because if we can call up Satvio 61B,
Is this what I think it is?
One of the Argentinian fans lost his wallet.
Yeah, I did see this.
I mean, are you kidding me?
How do you prove it's yours?
That's a really good
That's
point.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yoink!
Somewhere the actual Juan Manuel Montero is like, dude, that was mine. What are you doing?
Yeah, how do you prove that's yours?
Yeah, you
All of
can't
your
show
IDs in
ID.
the wallet.
I thought that was amazing, though. The fact that they just all like, wait, I know how we can solve this problem, and they just all start chanting. It was amazing.
It's more amazing he was still stuck in the crowd, though. Like, trying to sift your way through that, and especially over that volume to sit there and say, no, I'm Juan Montero. That's mine. That's mine.
You kill my
fucking
father.
stupid.
Prepare to die.
Right? It does kind of sound like that. Yeah, like imagine if you're just like in the crowd, reveling with all of your friends, having a couple of drinks, whatever you guys are doing. You're still there an hour after the game, and all of a sudden you just hear, "Are they chanting my name? What's going on?"
Yeah.
What did I do?
I thought that was awesome.
I recycled. That must have been it.
Kelly Leanne appear. Kelly Leanne appear.
Speaking,
All right, who's up, Jonah?
Yeah. Well, speaking of chants, have you heard about Norway? Have you heard about this Viking row?
Wait,
Supposedly.
Norway. It's a country, right?
Yeah, it's country.
okay.
You can take an airplane there.
They're known
They
for
have
this.
fjords.
They're known for this Viking row celebration. They did an awesome one after I think it was their second match of the World Cup with all their fans in attendance. But this was, I'm going to show you a clip. The Travelers Championship was this weekend in Connecticut. Victor Hovland from Norway was in contention. It wrapped up this morning. Hovland won in a playoff over Scotty Scheffler.
Ugh.
And then Vic did this. A perfect way to set the stage for what we've got tomorrow, which is when Norway and Cote d'Ivoire battle here at Dallas Stadium in the round of 32. The Viking Road that's going to take place in Dallas later today at the rally,
Yeah.
it's going to be epic.
I saw somebody just trying to like game the algorithm on Twitter, posted a tweet that was like, USA versus Norway, 9 a.m. Monday morning.
Oh,
and just
yeah.
left it at that.
Yeah.
Oh, for
And
the
everybody's
golf.
like,
Yeah.
that's not right. That's not who they're playing. Obviously, Twitter did what Twitter does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Kelly, you're up.
Okay, so I need to set mine up a little bit before I hit play. I already know who won the World Cup.
Oh.
Do you guys,
Interesting.
and do you guys know who
Is
won
this
the
the
World
corgi?
Cup? No, it's
Don
not a
Pickett?
corgi. No. Okay.
I thought that she was like predictive corgi.
Nope,
rough.
not a predictive corgi. I'm gonna leave our mics open during this so that you guys can react to this, and then I'll
I'm terrified.
expound
What
a little
is
bit after the
this?
start. The winner of the World Cup has already been found.
What do you think you'll take away from your visit here in the United States, back to Germany?
Ranch. I love ranch. I tasted here and it's delicious. And I take 2 bottles with home with me.
Ranch dressing wins the World Cup. Because when I tell you that Europeans have discovered ranch and they are obsessed with it to the point where the TSA has said, if you want to bring
Yes.
ranch back, you need to put it in your checked bag. You cannot bring it in your carry-on. And Kraft said, wait a second, we'll help you guys out. And they are now selling 3-ounce bottles of ranch so that you can take them in your carry-on. Ranch dressing wins the World Cup.
Checking right now. The stock price of Kraft is
Of all of the things that the Europeans could have taken back, ranch dressing.
Yeah, they're taking ranch and Buc-ee's at this rate. Buc-ee's is going to start exporting somewhere in Germany and Austria.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.